Well, it's kind of cloudy here this morning on the homestead. Hey, Wanda here at GNRB Farm. Hey, we're going out. It's been a couple days, and I want to go out because it's going to be raining for probably rest of the day. I'm going to go ahead and go over where I saw those puffball mushrooms, and we're going to gather up what we can, and we're going to freeze dry some up. So hey, want to come along? All right, let's go. Not sure how many we'll get, but I got my basket, and we'll just gather what we can, and I'll get to use my new freeze dryer to dehydrate, freeze dry them. So let's see what we can get today. I'd like to get as many of them as I can before this heavy rain comes. So I still do see maybe a couple, like that one there isn't quite ready, I don't think. But check this one out. We can definitely get him. Okay, we're gonna give it a nice little tug. Whoop, that one came off too much. I didn't do it enough. The other day, a couple days ago, I was cleaning the coop out and decobbing all up in the hen house and getting all that out, and I pulled a muscle. So I'm not bending down as much as I'd like to right at the moment, but I'm getting there. But we're going to get these the best we can. I may have to get down on my knee. I got two right here I can get, because these will mature and we want to get them now before they mature, and so we can get them in the dehydrator. Oh, now see, that one came right out. See, I just didn't have enough. I got on my knees this time to get it off. And we'll wash them the rest of the way off. The thing is to get them in there before the pouring rain. Now that's a nice one. How about that? Woo, these are gonna make some nice freeze-dried mushrooms that we can use later. Or I may even give some away for you to try. Oh, that one came right up. Look at that. Huh? Beautiful. It's a small one, but, you know, they come in different sizes. So it's definitely eatable. Wow, there's 3. Ooh, that was a little rough. That one was. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go over here to this big guy. Wipe all that off. Ooh, look at that one. And this small one right beside it. That was a double. Wow, hopefully I can get this one before, Ooh, look at that. Big one. Huh? All the grass. Leave as much of that out here as we can. Man, check that one out. Huh? That is a big, now that is a handful. Look at that one. That is my whole hand plus some. Nice one. Ooh, we're gonna have a nice one. Oh, that one broke off just a little. That's okay. That means you'll save some for so they can reproduce the next time we get a really heavy rain. Okay, that one we're leaving because it doesn't look like it's quite ready. This one's ready. I think we only have a few more to grab. Then we can go in the house and get them cleaned. Oh, I broke that one too. That's okay. It must be meant for us to leave a little so they can reproduce. Nice. Okay, that one is the one that broke off the other day. This one, I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's still perking out of the soil some. So we're gonna leave that one. Okay. Oh, I see two more. How about this one? That's a nice one too. Nice. Load that off a little. Huh? Get all the grass. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Whoops, I dropped it. But it went right in. Okay. I think we get one more. And that's it for the mushrooms, except for the one that I'm leaving. So we got one more here that we can gather today. Ooh, lovely. Look at a nice little indent. Okay, well, we've got all that I can see that we can go in and clean and get them ready, because they'll have to be cleaned, and the end pieces will have to be cut off. And remember, they have to be solid white inside in order to keep them. So, all right. Wow, check out our wonderful find of puffball mushrooms. Beautiful. Okay, well, all there is left to do is to go in and let's get ready to freeze dry some puffball mushrooms. We'll see you inside. Well, good morning, friends. Hey, we got all of our mushrooms inside and washed, and they are drying on my little tray. So before we get started doing our mushrooms, which we got 8 of them from the from our little forage in the yard, we got 8 of them, and there was like, I think 1 or 2 that I left out there. Weren't quite ready, so we'll see what happens. But it's going to rain today. We're getting storms, so we don't know when that'll be, but we're going to go ahead and process these puffball mushrooms so we can have them for later. So we're preserving them today. So before we get started preserving and getting these prepared, we're going to go in the back in the other room where I have my Harvest Right freeze dryer. And this is actually going to be my very first batch doing in the freeze dryer. We did a pre-test run that they always suggest that you do, which I did that already. So then they said it's all ready to go after that. So being we did the pre-run, we can now get started freeze drying some wonderful food. And what's not to love about mushrooms? So, and they're here for a short time, and we're not going to just let them stay out there and rot on the ground. So we get the benefit as well as the gift that they're giving to us. So let's go start. We need to start our freeze dryer because it has like a 15-minute or so cool down period before we can put the trays in. This is my freeze dryer. It's all set up. And right now we're going to hit it says GNR Homestead. That's us. We're going to hit the start button. So it says here we have to wait 15 minutes before loading the trays. So while the cooling vacuum chamber is cooling down, we will then go ahead and get our stuff ready for the trays. Okay, so back out to the kitchen. Here we go. All right, we'll be setting up the phone, so give me just a moment, and then we'll get started on our puffball mushrooms. Okay, friends, here we are. Let me get situated. So I have enough room, elbow room. Okay, we're at the table. So we've got the freeze dryer pre-cooling. So while that is doing that, it only takes about 15 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and prepare our mushrooms for the trays that we need to get there. It comes with 3 trays, and I'm using one of them to put all my mushrooms on that I washed. And I have paper towels on the table here to put the ends that we cut off that aren't any good. And then we have to peel, after you slice, you're going to peel all the brown. As long as it's nice and white inside on each one, we can go ahead and do that. So, but we're going to do one at a time. And we're going to take our Harvest Right freeze dry trays, and we're going to load our trays. I got 3, I think we'll probably need 2, but because we only have 8 mushrooms. So we'll get them cut up on the board, and then what I'll do is I'll put them right on the tray as I need to fill. And hopefully we can, by the time we get this done, we'll be able to get them in the freeze dryer. And it'll take the biggest part of the day and tomorrow because it has to go through a freezing and then a vacuuming and then a dry cycle. So it does take a while. So just prepare yourself. You probably won't see them today. So it'll probably be tomorrow sometimes before I can get them out of the freeze dryer. But at least we'll get them in. And I'm so excited to be blessed with mushrooms that just showed up in my yard that I did try. And if you hadn't seen that video of me actually going out there and getting one and cutting it and cooking it and eating it, you need to watch that video before this one. So, okay, so we've got 8 beautiful mushrooms. And I have no idea what this one weighs, but it's huge. Look at that one. And so we're going to start cutting these individually because we need to make sure we cut the ends. We cut that end off because it's kind of mushy when you open up the mushroom. So don't get alarmed if, let me move this over. Just there you go. So don't be alarmed if you see mushy stuff around the end because that's how it's supposed to be. We'll cut away from that and then we'll start slicing and then we'll start peeling and then I'll just put the peels right here on this mushroom and then we'll just put that on the compost. But we're going to do one at a time. And as you can tell, they are, they're in different sizes. This is like a medium, medium ball. That's like a golf ball. And this is like a huge ball, right? So look at that. So they range in size when you see them. So don't think that they're all just one size, because they can puff. Yeah, look at that. They can all puff to a different size. The thing is to get them before they start changing and changing the color inside and the outside. They say these are more like a brownish purple. I don't see the purple. I see more of the brown. But I think it must turn a purple as it matures. Well, you want to eat these while they're, not matured. Because then the inside changes the color, and you want your mushroom to be pure white inside. So that is the part that we're going to be looking at. So this is why you want to do one at a time. So you can inspect your mushroom, discard the end, slice, peel the brown off around on the slice, dice it up, and then get it on your tray. And then we'll have these freeze dried in no time, and we'll be able to use them. Now, we can put those, you can do this several ways in your freeze dryer. You can put them in a little baggie. You can put them in a glass jar with a seal, jar lid, or you can use, if you want really long time storage, 20, 25 years, if you know you're not going to eat these that long, you can put them in the Mylar bags with a oxygen absorber. But I think I will be putting mine in a mason jar with a tight lid on. And I will still probably put that oxygen absorber in there. Just because I know I'm not going to be years using up 8 little mushrooms. I mean, they're not all little, but you get my drift. I got months I can use these freeze-dried mushrooms once they're done. So I want to be able to enjoy them. Hey, I may not get none next year. This is the first time I've ever seen them on my property. So I'm taking that blessing, and you know what? I'm going to try to savor the puffball mushroom, and they taste wonderful. They were wonderful in the scrambled eggs that I made, and they're very flavorful, not overly they're earthy, and they are pleasant tasting. They are not strong, and they tasted wonderful with the garlic, just a little bit of garlic and onion and sauteed in butter. Oh man, they were just voila, right? But I would like to try some for later, like on steak or hamburgers, or any other types of mushroom dishes that you like, that we may like. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And by the time we get these all cut and ready, the freeze dryer will be ready for us to get going. Okay, let's, I'm going to slide this over, and we're going to do one at a time, so I can have room to work. Now, hopefully you can see, we're going to cut this right off this end, this whole end. And then we'll cut the, you know what, we're going to cut it right in half. And then I think that will be easier to, now these were already pre-washed. I washed them when I brought them in from when we were outside foraging. And then I let them sit on the tray to dry. So you'll want to do that, you want to, don't soak them or anything. Just wash your end real good, and then maybe just wash the top, very lightly, because the top really wasn't that dirty. So you just want to do that, and then allow them to dry before you start slicing and peeling. I think the peeling will be much easier if they're a little bit dry. So you're going to cut this in half. Woohoo! Woo! And then you're going to see that your mushroom is pure white. And that end piece, you're going to cut that off. Okay? We're going to discard that right off the get-go. That is, I call that the tail. You know, the tail end that's down in the dirt. That's what I call it. So we're going to refer to it as the tail. So we're going to cut that tail right off, just like that. And I'm going to slide it over there on that paper towel. And we'll do a couple together. And then, now, once you get that tail off, you want to inspect it and just make sure that it's all white inside and that you don't see any dark colors like dark brown or black or yellow, you know, something that looks like it's decayed or anything like that. As long as it's pure white, it's edible. And these are just fine. So we're going to go ahead. Once you got that, then you can go ahead and take your mushroom. And I'm going to do one at a time. And then you can start slicing your mushroom. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Do them kind of like, you know, your own thickness. I mean, not real, you know, super thick, but, you know, thick enough to get the, to get it going. Okay, then you can put your knife aside because these should peel fairly well. You don't want any brown on the back part of the mushroom, you know, the top coat. You don't want that. We're discarding that whole thing. So try to peel that off. This is why you have your paper towel. There we go. Just like that. And that you're just left with your white. And then this piece is going in the compost pile. Now, you may need your knife, or you could probably just break it in half. Because it's, I mean, it's that, you know, they're very soft. So, they're kind of like cheese. Packed cheese, you know. That's what it feels like. So you're going to go ahead and then you can just go ahead and put them right on your tray. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, you can take these. Now, you can either break them in small parts because they are going to shrink, or you can leave them whole, which, you know, we will probably, maybe we'll do a couple of those, leave them whole and see how they do. And then we can break them once they're done in the freeze dryer. Okay, might work well. So we'll try both ways. Okay, so this one, we just want to start here at the top. Peel off. There you go. See? Peel it off the best you can. Try not to get a lot of your mushroom. The main thing is to get all that brown off. And I'm going to leave this one whole. Same again. I think it's just a matter of getting a hold of it. There you go. See? It does pretty well. You get like halfway down and then it quits and you got to start over again. There we go. Use your fingernail. There we go. And then I'm going to put that one just like that. And this is what you're going to do to all of your mushrooms that you forage and harvest, that you collect. That way, you know, they're all white. And the ends seem to be the hardest ones for me to peel. But that's all right. We get it. It's almost kind of like you're peeling that, when you peel back your deviled eggs and you get a stubborn one. Well, the end pieces seem to do that. Oh, I got a hold of that one. There we go. And then, yeah, it's just almost like peeling a deviled egg. Now this one I'm going to break up because it's kind of thick. So I'm just going to break those in small pieces. Not real small, but you know. And we'll do this one. And then we'll come back when we get all of these prepared and on the tray for the freeze dryer. So we can get them, because it'll be a little time consuming. And the actual peel is a little, you know, it has that outer thickness to it. So you can feel it. It's it does give it a nice edge where you can grab a hold of it. So so just go ahead and get all of your mushrooms peeled and ready, and make sure you don't have any browns on there, and just take your hand and wipe off the dirt if you have any dirt. Okay, well, we've got a few to do. How about that big one? Shall we try the big one next? Okay, all right, we'll stay and we'll do the big one. All right, because I know everybody's like, well, what about that big one? Okay, yeah, all right, we'll do that one next. So we did a small one. And I only have a couple here to do. And so while we're waiting to get to that big one, I'm cutting this one. Can let me know, have you ever gone out and foraged the puffball? And if you have, let us know. Have you ever even heard of them? I did not. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't even know what it was. I mean, I knew it was a mushroom, but I didn't know what kind. And I had to do my own research. So you definitely have to do your own research so that you're comfortable eating them. And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't leery. I thought I would have been. Nah. I had blast going looking for them. And I just happened to be out there, and there they were. I was like, oh my gosh, check these out. Okay, well, this one tray is just about done. See? One tray. Okay, we're going to save this other tray. Put that one there. Okay, let's do the big one. You know what? Let me get my scale. I want to see if it will let me know how big it is. How much it actually weighs. I think, man, it's bigger than a potato. Okay, here's my scale. Okay, let me tear it. Okay, we're going to put it upside down on the flat side. And then you guys, I'm not going to say, but you can put your guess in the comments and let me know. Okay, I'm going to let you look at it. Look at the thickness. It's a biggie. Let me see if I can grab my tape measure here. I'll let you know how wide across it is. Six inches across. Oh my goodness. That's right here. Oh no, actually, 7 inches. Okay? All right, 7 inches. Okay. We might as well have a little fun, right? Let me put that over there. Okay, this is how big it is. You guys can give me a guess. All right. All right, we're going to tear. All right, it's on 0, so now we're going to weigh, and I'm going to write it down. Okay, you can give us your guess. I'm going to write it down. All right, I'm going to write it right here on my napkin. Okay. It is a big one. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that off. And let me tell you, whoever gets the right how much it weighs will get a nice small package of our puffball mushrooms for you to try for your breakfast. And so there you go. This is how you learn to try and know that you like them. You're going to love them because they did taste good. So hey, if you want to try the puffball mushrooms that are edible, and if you want to guess the weight of our biggest puffball, and if you're the winner, I'll send you a small packet of our freeze-dried mushrooms for you to try. Okay. All right, let's put that over there. Let's get cutting this big bad baby. All right. Here we go. I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Just like so. Okay, we see that edge right there? You want that to be gone. So we're going to cut that off. Okay, same on this one. So you want to go above it some, like so. Well, that still has a little moisture in it. Well, let's get that cut off. Now, let me just say, on this particular big mushroom, look at the color. See the white here? And this looks yellowy to me. So I'm going to cut that off and see if the color changes. No. See, it's still yellowy to me. So, in my opinion, I would not feel comfortable. This is a mature mushroom. And I would not feel comfortable eating this particular, it's not all white. It's got yellow. And if you can see that, and I've cut it several times. So let's cut it again. Can you tell? White, yellow. This is a mature mushroom, and that means it's starting to change. So we're not going to, that's a shame because I was so excited, but we could still play the game. We just won't do it with this particular mushroom. See? Can you tell? Yellow, white on the edge. And then this is the tail part. Even if I was to cut that off, if if I was to go in the middle. See? See how it's dark? You don't want any change in the mushroom. Okay, so we're not going to, we are discarding that one. That was a good lesson to learn. So I'm going to take my napkin and I'm going to wipe off my knife because I don't want that on my next one when I cut it. Okay. There we go. Now we're nice and clean. Okay, so let's just cut the next one and then we'll all continue to go through to make sure that they're fine. Okay, let's do the little medium-sized one. We're gonna cut it in half. Now this one looks a little immature too. See? Little coloring. Okay, well, that one's not well either, so we're not going with that one. How about on this side? No. See? We won't use that one either. Wow, that's two. Not good, huh? All right. Hopefully it's not the lighting in here. I don't think so, because that other one was really white, so I don't think that was it. Okay, let's try this one. They're all kind of yellow inside except for that one. Okay, let's try this one. Wow, I hope I get more than one. Look at that. Wow. I might have to take these out on the porch in a little bit better lighting to see, to make sure. But right now, they're looking yellow to me. Now that one looks a little better, even though it doesn't. Now this one looks better. That one's more white. And that one's more yellow. That one looks okay. So this one we can do. Wow, I was getting upset there. I didn't think we was going to be able to get any more. Okay. So the ones that I know I can do, I'm going to put on this side. Because we only have two more to cut, so let's check those two. So I might only have enough for, well, depend on these, see how these look. Let's hope so. Love to have some more. Oh yeah, this one's good. Except for the bottom. That one's good. Okay, so we'll cut the tails off of those. Just wanted to get that little piece off. Okay. Cut this tail. I probably don't have the correct knife for this. Okay, that one's good. I'm going to put that one over there, being as it broke off. Okay. It can be a little messy. Okay, so far we have 4. Now let's hope this last one is good. Not quite sure on that one. It looks a little yellowy to me. So, let's see. Yeah. See? Not good. Okay, so that one's going over here. So the last one did not. So we only have 4 that we can actually use. And I'll take these others out to the light, because my kitchen's not the, you know, the brightest. But I'm thinking they're a little yellow. These other little 4. But I will double check them. But these, we do know we can cut those and get them on the tray. So we will probably have 2 trays that we can do. So, okay, well, we'll come back when we get both the trays full and get these sliced up to go in the Harvest Right freezer. And meantime, I'll check these once I get these on. Well, after everything was said and done, we were able to get 2 good trayfuls of the puffball mushrooms. Some we did discard because they were turning, they had some yellowing inside. They were not pure white like these are. You want them pure white so you know that they're good. So we did discard quite a few. But we're going to go ahead. The freeze dryer is ready, so we're going to go ahead and take these 2 trays. Hopefully I can get them down there without dropping them and making a mess. So let's go and get our puffball mushrooms inside the freeze dryer. Okay, we're in the room. And it says to load into the freeze dryer, and then we have to close the drain valve. So I'm going to set these up here on top for right at the moment so I can get the door open. We're going to turn the knob here, open the door. I only have 2 trays going in, so we're going to put one there and here, and it is cool, rather chilly. Now when we take these out, we'll be wearing mittens, but putting them in would be okay. All right, now we're going to close the door. See, look at the ice on the door already. Okay, now we have to close the drain valve, which is right here. And there we go. I only did it one time, so I know how to do it. Okay, it's there. Now we have to hit continue. And now we're at freezing. So this will stay this way until they are all done. I don't have to do anything else. So there you go, guys. We will be back once our mushrooms are totally freeze dried. Wow, it's real early the next morning, and the freeze dryer was done.
So it's in there defrosting, so wanted to bring the trays out. I used my mittens to get them out. They've been sitting on the counter for a little bit, but I just wanted to show you before I started packing them. But they did come out rather, here, they're not snappy, but they are, they're like foamy kind of feel. They got a foam feel. So all we have to do, they are dry. That's what they feel like, a piece of foam. I guess because that's just the texture of a mushroom. So all we have to do is put in our oxygen absorbers. And I am going to put some in the bag, so whoever guessed the size of that really big one that we couldn't use, but we're still going to put that oxygen absorber in there. Keep them nice and fresh. And put that in there. We're going to put one in my jar, because I'm going to put some in a jar and then some in another little bag to give to someone to try. So I'll have mine to nibble on and use, and then the winner can get one. So it'll be interesting. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to get a, see if I can find a spatula in here. Use a spatula, and we'll go ahead, and you can use a funnel, of course. I don't have gloves on this morning, so you could put on your gloves. Now, mind you, you can cut these if you need to, but so there we go. It took I don't know what time in the night it got done. It was dinging when I got up at 3 o'clock. But here's your nice bag full to try with your breakfast or, you know, lunch or whatever. I'll put a label on them for you, so you'll know that that's what they are. These are Mylar bags. They will keep up to 20-25 years if you heat seal them, which I'll heat seal it, you know, when we get done. So, but we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to put them to the side. I'm going to get them in the jar, and we will have our very own puffballs mushrooms for later. And that way we can use them throughout the months ahead, because who knows, you may not get any more. Man, that was certainly a treat that came to my yard, and I was not I thought it was exciting, and I was able to learn about a new mushroom that was edible, and I got to prepare it, and now we've had the blessing of being able to dehydrate them for later use. Some of these are kind of big. I'm trying to pick the littler ones to fit in this little bag. There we go. Well, okay, I think that's, and the rest will be for in my jar, which I hope that will fill my jar up. And so don't be afraid to go out into your yard, and after a heavy rain, make sure you identify it correctly, and get out there and enjoy some really, really nice mushrooms in your grassy area. And just make sure you actually do have a common puffball mushroom, and just make sure the entire inside is white. So there you go. Okay, we got 2 of these, and the rest is going in my jar here, which I already have my oxygen absorber in there, and which I could put these in in a larger Mylar bag to store them for later use. But I think this will, I have a tight lid, so, you know, if it's in a nice mason jar. And, I don't know, we might need a bigger jar. So, might have to put some in that one little bag, extra bag. But, yeah, let's just see if you can hear. See, it didn't even bother with snapping or anything. Excuse me. So, we appreciate you coming along and watching me freeze dry in my freeze dryer. And I look forward to having these for at least several months ahead to use them in my I gotta put a label, but I'll know what it is. Put your lid on nice and tight, and these will store, and you'll have mushrooms to use for sauteing, you know, for whatever you need mushrooms for. Burger, steak, breakfast, lunch. I think they were beautifully yum. I had them the other night on the ones that I cooked. Excuse me, the one I cooked, I used them on the mushrooms on my pork chop. Man, that was good too. So the rest of these, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have to get another oxygen absorber. But we'll put these in this bag, and we'll have a jar and a bag to store away. And then I'll just have to heat seal these, and we'll label them. So, hey, don't forget to go on in the comments and guess how much that big puffball weighed. And then we'll get that bag out to you, you know, once we pick the winner. So, hey, God bless you. I hope you'll try out the puffball mushroom if it does come to your yard as after a heavy rain, and maybe you'll have the blessing of picking some. So until then, God be with you guys.